Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Farmhouse Mama. So I am here with the second part of my shopping haul for Thanksgiving, and these are the things that I like to get towards the as it gets closer to Thanksgiving. These are the things that I like to pick up. So this is when I go and get my perishable items. So today is Saturday, and so that means we have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 more days before, let's say, I start cooking. Let's just say that. So let me show you guys really quickly what I picked up. And of course, I was back at my Sharp Shoppers. But you can pick these up anywhere, any grocery store. So I got some white bread, and I paid $1.09 for that. And then I have some naturally smoked bacon, and this was $1.49. This is like a half a pack, so we're gonna have that, and sausage as well for breakfast on Thanksgiving Day. I got 2 green peppers, 2 things of sweet potatoes, and these are the Birch Farm sweet potatoes, and I paid $1.49 for this. And you get like about anywhere between 5 or 6 sweet potatoes in here. So I picked up 2 of those because I am going to be making a pie, and then we are going to have sweet potatoes as well. I was going to get some sweet potatoes in the can just to kind of make it a little bit easier on myself this year, but the canned ones was actually more expensive than these. So the cans were running, the Bruce's sweet potatoes were running about $2.19 a can, whereas these were like $1.49. So I'm going to be using those instead. I have some organic Honeycrisp apples because I told you guys I was going to make the little mini apple pies inside the crescent roll. So my husband was fine with that. He said he didn't need a big apple pie. I have 4 oranges here. One is going to be for the inside of the turkey because I like to dress the inside of my turkey with some onions, some carrots, as you see here, some apples, oranges, and I think that's pretty much it. So just to fill up the cavity of the the turkey. So, and then I have another one that's going to be used for some sangria, and I think I'm going to use one in my cranberry orange bread that I'm going to be making. So I did pick those up. I picked up some carrots, and these were 79 cents for this bag. That's not bad. The oranges were 2 for $1. I had to go by Walmart, so I picked up some aluminum foil. I have some fresh basil, some fresh rosemary, some fresh sage, and some fresh thyme. And I like I said before, I like using these in fresh seasonings in my, well, my mom likes to use it in her stuffing, and I like to use it, on my turkey. So you guys will see that. I will show you actually how I do my turkey, so you can kind of get an idea of how it's done. So you might not be able to use these tips this year, some of these tips this year, but they're definitely great for next year. I got some sun-ripened mixed berries. I got 2 packs of those, and that's also going to go in my sangria that I purchased. I got some celery. Those were 99 cents each. The celery was $1.49. I got 3 onions. I just picked this up because it was on sale and I thought my daughter would like it. So it's the Krusty's chocolate chunk muffin mix. I have some apple cider to go with my baked apples that I'm actually probably just going to put in the crescent rolls, or put the crescent rolls on top. I'm not sure yet. Some orange juice to go with my cranberry orange bread. Here are the cinnamon rolls. These were 99 cents each. I have some vanilla creamer. This was actually 99 cents too, and you guys know how much this costs normally. I picked up this orange peach juice from Trop 50. It was 2 for $1, and I'm already drinking one, so I did open that up. It's a little bit thick, but it's still good. So if you have to dilute it, and it's still kind of sweet, if you have to dilute it, you know, I would dilute it with maybe some ginger ale or something like that, just to kind of loosen it up a little bit, because it is a little thick. Here are my fresh cranberries I got for $1.19 to make my cranberry bread, orange cranberry bread with. They're a little bit small, but that's okay. I'll probably, instead of slicing these in half, maybe I'll just, you know, cook them whole or use them whole. That way they can kind of burst on their own. All right, and then I have some kale here, and this was $2.49 a bag. And then I have, of course, some collard greens. I have 2 packs of this lemon pepper bumblebee tuna. I love eating this with some boiled eggs. That's like my staple protein products. Then I have 2 bags of the green beans that I got from Walmart. The ones at Sharp Shoppers wasn't looking that great to me this year, so I picked these up, and I'm actually going to snap these and put them in the freezer for Thanksgiving. And then when I take them out of the freezer, before I cook them, I'll rinse them off. Because if you rinse them off now, they're going to hold in all of that wetness from rinsing them off. And then it's just going to look like a box of frozen vegetables once you're, it's just going to look like a box of frozen vegetables once you go to cook them. So it's better to just freeze them like this and then rinse them off later, in my opinion, anyway. All right, and then I picked up a little bit of, this is like a bunch of mustard greens, because my husband loves mustard and collards together. I couldn't find the kale in the, I couldn't find the Glory Green bag of mustard greens, so I did get a little bit of that for him. I picked up some Tupperware that I got from Sharp Shoppers, $2.49. This is the deep dish. I always make sure each year I try to get, you know, just a couple more containers, because you never know, you may have to store some food or something. And I picked up this Zatarain Salsa Verde only because it was 95 cents. So I just want to see what that tastes like. Inquiring minds want to know. I also picked up some dill relish. That is what I use in my potato salad. I don't use the sweet relish because I like for my potato salad to have a little tang to it. And then I picked up this Italian ground sausage. And this is also something that we're going to have for breakfast. But I'm going to do a little something different with that one. So stay tuned for that video. And then I have my, I'm sorry, I'm trying to pick it up off the floor. 10-pound bag of potatoes, y'all. So these 10-pound bag of white potatoes was $2.99. I couldn't eat those in the store. That would just be ridiculous. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all these potatoes. But this is for my potato salad. And maybe I'll make mashed potatoes this year. Maybe I'll make some garlic mashed potatoes, since my husband seems to love those as well. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is put all this food away. Snap these snap these string beans. Then I'm going to fill up my sugar and my brown sugar, and make sure I have all my my flour. Make sure everything that I use to cook with, that the containers that I keep them in, is all filled up. So that's something else that I won't have to worry about doing. And I'll be back. Alright guys, so we are back. And now I am snapping my green beans. Look at that, that's not enough. That's why I got 2 bags. Because these will cook down on you. So, excuse me. So you do want to have enough to feed your family. So you need to make sure you have at least 2 bags, or you can use frozen green beans if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that. So then what I basically do is, and I'm sure all you women know how to snap green beans. So I'm just snapping off the ends like my mama used to. And then I'm just snapping them in half. Sometimes my mother used to snap them into thirds, depending on how long they were. But, you know, they did that stuff back in the day too, also to, you know, stretch it out. So that is probably, you know, that's why they did that. But I'm just snapping them because I already know once they cook up, you ain't going to be able to tell how long or how short the string bean is anyway. So once I finish doing this, like I said, this is something that I used to do on Wednesday nights. Or I used to do on Wednesdays. And then I started doing it like this because it saved me some time. And you still got that fresh string bean taste. So this is one of the ways that you can, you know, save yourself some time in the kitchen on Wednesday and Thursday whenever you decide to cook. It's just doing simple things like this. Snapping your string beans, freezing them, making sure all your sugars and flour containers are filled up. So that'll save you some time as well. And I just like to be prepared. I'm just, you know, that's just how I am. Especially when it comes to Thanksgiving, because I like cooking so much. This is like it's not even a chore for me. I get excited when it's time to cook. Not to say I don't get tired later, but I do get excited when it's time to cook. So I'm going to finish snapping my green beans, and then we're going to go ahead and fill up all my containers. All right. See you guys in a minute. All right, guys. So all of my string beans are broken up or snapped or whatever you call it. And I have them in the bag. And like I said, I took the air out the bag as, excuse me. I took the air out the bag as much as possible. I'm going to take a little bit more out of it before I pop them in the freezer. And then what you want to do is on the day you go to cook these, you can just take these out the freezer and let them unthaw while your meat is cooking, while the meat that you're using for your string beans are cooking. And so then your string beans should be pretty much thawed out at that time. If you need to thaw them out any further, you can just run some cold water over them, which you're going to have to do anyway, because remember, I did not clean these yet. So I'm going to run some cold water over them to clean them before I add them to my pot. And then I'll put them in like a strainer or something, because I don't want too much water going in the pot after I just cook the meat with it. I don't want any extra water in there. So that is how you make these. And like I said, this is all ready to go now. It's almost like having frozen string beans, but it's not. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and fill up my containers that have my sugar in it. And this is empty. So I'm going to pour this in here. Oh my gosh, I remember one year my son came over for Thanksgiving. And he got there kind of late. So we had already eaten and everything. And the food had already been put up. And he was taking the food out the refrigerator so he could eat. And he dropped my entire pan of green beans on the floor. Yep. Y'all, whoo. The mother in me was like, oh, baby, it's okay. The cook in me wanted to wring his neck because them string beans was good. I was like, boy. So, and I like to eat my string beans and my potato salad together. So, you know, I was a little warm, but I try not to let it show because that's my boy. That's my son. But I was a little mad. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little mad. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and open up my brown sugar. And I keep these little scoops in here like this. And these are actually measuring cups, but I think they work better as scoops for me versus a measuring cup. Because I don't do a lot of measuring anyway. Alright, so I got my brown sugar open. And I'm just going to put it in this container right here. And I got these little containers from the Dollar Tree. So you don't have to go out and get like really expensive storage containers or whatever to store your stuff in. You can start out, using your stuff from the Dollar Tree and then just put you a label on it. Just like if it's flour or white cornmeal. So you'll know, what it is. So you don't get it mixed up. And then to keep my brown sugar from getting hard, because y'all know how brown sugar do. It'll get hard on you just like that. So what I do to keep my brown sugar from getting hard is I just drop a piece of bread in here, just like that. That's all you got to do is just put you a piece of bread on top, just like that. And what that is going to do is it's going to draw out the moisture, and then your bread is going to get hard. So when you're using your brown sugar and you feel like your bread is in here, it's getting hard, then you can go ahead and just take it out and switch it out for another piece of bread, and it'll do the exact same thing. So that's my brown sugar. I need to really tear this label off, but I'm scared it might not come all the way off, but I need to tear this label off. But this is how I store my brown sugar. Or my husband told me, and he said his mom used to do it like this. You can put like a little rice in a little sachet bag, and you can put rice in here like how they do the salt shakers in the restaurants now to keep the salt from, when it gets wet, to keep it from sticking together or whatever. Oh, let me put my little scoop back in here. Alrighty, so I put my scoop back in here. And yeah, I think that is going to do it for this video, guys. I will be back with another video. I see that this video was kind of interesting to some people, and I hope it helped a lot of people. So I will be back on the day before Thanksgiving, because that's when I'm going to start cooking my greens and my string beans, and I'm going to start prepping, such as like cutting up all my vegetables and stuff. So that's something that I like to do on Wednesday as well. So if in the event, like say you have to work that day, you can, get up a little bit early and cut up all your vegetables in the morning. Or you can, if someone is home and they know how to do it, let them do it. Cut up your vegetables for you and everything. So that way you won't have to come home and do that kind of stuff. It'll already be done for you, and you can just start cooking. But if not, you can always do it the night before. Make sure you put it in some kind of protective storage bag or something so it doesn't get moist. I don't recommend freezing any of your vegetables. I wouldn't do that, because we know that it contains that, like especially celery, contains a lot of water, and all it's going to do is get really wet. And if you're looking for a celery to hold that crisp, it's not going to hold that crisp for you like you want it to. And in the event that, say, hey, like I'm on a budget, I can't buy onions and green peppers and celery and all that kind of stuff, or or you're not cooking a whole lot, so you don't need all of that, then what you can do is buy you some of this right here. And this is the fajita blend, or they call it the try something, can't remember the name of it right now, but at the grocery store, buy you some of this. And this has the red peppers in it, yellow peppers, green peppers, and onions. Take this out, sit it in a bowl or something, let it thaw out. And then once you let it thaw out, yes, it's going to contain a lot of water. So you can either take the vegetables and wring it out in a cheesecloth, or you can just pat it dry with a paper towel. That is going to save you a lot of time on slicing and dicing and cutting and going on, because although we want to enjoy Thanksgiving, we don't want to be so tired that we can't even enjoy our own company. So or enjoy the people that come over. We'd be like, oh my God, I can't wait for them to leave because I'm so sleepy. That's not what we want to do. So we are just taking steps to make sure that that kind of thing don't happen. All right, guys, so I will be back with another video like this on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. I'll come back and I will give you some more tips. All right, guys, so I will talk to you in the next video. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.